Hey everyone, I wanted to give an update on some more news. As you know, over the weekend, Trump was on the golf course with Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan, working out working out economic deals. I guess the way leaders do it by on the golf course, which is super fucking stupid. Because Trump criticized Obama playing golf all the time, and this fool's like on week 3, already playing golf. But anyway. But I kind of talked about, Japan's going through their deal with their Fukushima factory, which like 6 years ago had like a meltdown or a disaster, and also like North Korea, their neighbor nearby, doing more missile testing. So a lot of that seemed like Trump wanted to play into like Japan bolstering their military and possibly having nuclear deterrence, which the only way you can counter a nuke is with a nuke. So they're gonna have to do something with some nuclear power, and then as well as figuring out their that Fukushima plant. So it just seemed like nuclear stocks was kind of like the play on that. And then today was the meeting with Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, and he met at the White House, and they kind of had a little joint press conference. It wasn't very long, but it didn't give enough information for me to really digest in terms of what trade outcome this could be, because Canada is like the second largest country that we do trade with, I believe, and they import like I think like 75% of what they make to the United States. So I mean, the United States is crucial to Canada in terms of what they sell to us. But their whole rhetoric during their speech seemed mostly about defense, because they talked a lot about terrorism and attacks happening, and how will Canada increase it or protect its border, so people don't come into the United States, and so on and so forth. So it seems like Trump is kind of getting everybody to kind of step up their military, um, instead of the United States being the global powerhouse, I guess you could say. Um, but and then there was some talk about just normal trade and stuff, and like we do trade oil back and forth. So I think oil stock is a good play as well as like ETFs. Um, but really, in that meeting, there wasn't that much. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a whole lot I could digest from it. It just seemed kind of bland. Kind of disappointing. I thought there'd be a little something there that I might find interesting, but just it just seemed kind of bland to me. Um, and if you look at the relationship that Obama had with Trudeau back in the day, they had like their little bromance, and everybody's like making fun of them and shit because they get along so well. And now you have like the polar opposite of Obama, trying to do a deal with Trudeau. So I think that's kind of the reason why there's just like tension between the two of them. Because Trudeau's like the feminist, open border, refugee loving, alternative energy, using climate change protector, whatever you want to call it. And then Trump's like the brash, more radical, isolationist, xenophobic. They're polar opposites. You know what I mean? So the whole meeting with them just seemed kind of just like they're trying to put up with it. And I think that's why I couldn't really get much on what they wanted from each other. But kind of wanted to just really leave it at that. I feel bad because like I want to give you guys more, but I just honestly can't think of what from that meeting I could divulge that would be helpful. The really only two things I could see is defense stocks and oil stocks. That's really it. And I mean they're doing good on my ETF right now. My defense is 3.3% up, so that's good, and my raw is up 2%. My raw earth. So I mean, like maybe there's something there with that. Maybe it was from Friday of last week. I don't know, but I think that's kind of the direction that this trade agreement is going. More defense, talk and rhetoric. more toughness in the military kind of thing coming from Trump, and more continuous trade and deals with Canada, because Canada does like $2 billion in trade back and forth between the United States like a day, like every day. You know what I mean? Like, so that's a lot of trade. That's a lot of money. They're one of our biggest trade partners, so we can't forsake them like Trump's trying to forsake Mexico right now. But we'll see what happens. I don't anticipate him building a wall between us and Canada, but who knows? I wouldn't put it past him. But anyway, I think I just wanted to leave it at that. Hopefully, this is helpful for you all. And as always, follow up on it. Like, feel free to call me out. Like if you don't think what I'm saying is right or whatever. If you got a better idea, like let me know. Cause like I'm just trying to do what I can to give out the ideas that I think might play out well in the market. And I could always be wrong. I don't pretend to be right all the time. Yeah, if I was right half the time, and I made good investment decisions on the half the time that I was right, I'd be a successful trader. Because on the other half of the times where I don't make good trades, I minimize my risk and maybe spend less money, so it's not as bad. So it's just how you look at it. You don't have to be right 100% of the time. You can be right half the time, and you can still be successful. It's just how right are you those half the time, and how much money did you spend on those trades. So I'll just leave it at that. And then as always, help me out. Click like and subscribe on my channel. I know this channel's been moving quick, and I'm super happy because it's a fun hobby for me to be able to like kind of like help and kind of like give back to all the other YouTube channels and people that kind of volunteered their time, that made free content for everybody to try to help them out. I like being a part of that. It feels real good. So I thank you all for that. I really do. It makes my day. But with that, that's really all I gotta say for right now. So until the next video, I'll talk to you all later.